Hello everyone, my name's Paul. I work for a company called Micrographics in Cape Town, South Africa, and we are an Autodesk reseller. Today I'd like to have a short discussion on the Autodesk Construction Cloud and why you as an owner should consider retaining a license of Autodesk Docs for yourself if you are going to manage your asset, your built asset, building, whatever it is that you are commissioning on the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Firstly, I'm just highlighting the fact that there are different modules for the cloud. Each of them basically cost money. So to kick off a project, you would start off with a license that enables you to host the capability of that license on the cloud for other people to join up with you. Their licenses is to bring your own subscription model, so you can either assign a license if you purchase them to the team, or the team can bring their own licenses. Ultimately, everything that is contained within the project on completion can be shelved and just stored in a single docs license. So it is possible to initiate the project with all the different modules that you need, reassign the license with somebody else, and then swap your full suite of licenses for just a docs license. That way you can afford the capability for somebody on the project that needs it. And usually if you are a corporate or a business managing a property portfolio, that might be your BIM consultant, which means that they would probably use those licenses anyway. But ultimately, when the project is concluded or through its phase of its life, then you would just keep the docs license active and then purchase modules if and when needed. Maybe you want to build some more on that project, or smash something down and build something in its place, whatever you want to do, maintenance, alterations, switching out of equipment, whatever, reorganization within the building and facilities management, whatever. You can do all of that within your digital twin, and you can roll that out against the rest of the platform. So there are advantages to that, having the information for yourself and also the original authored documents within your platform. Note that if you don't retain this license and you expect somebody else to provide you with the project content, it's not possible. And that is because the project information that is built up on this platform is done through a cloud service. And in short, what that means is you can't lie on the platform. You can go to court about information what's on the platform if there is a disagreement on the project. But the good thing about it is that you can't pretend to be creating issues that are in the past. Or so you can't recreate historical data as if it had been created on a new platform. So that's the main reason to consider purchasing the Autodesk Cloud license for yourself and to host your project on. Also, having one of these licenses gives you unlimited storage capability on your project for supported files, and so that is well worth the price as well if you just consider storage space. So it will depend on individual circumstance, but it's not an intelligent place to store your built asset information as an owner. So the docs license, as you can see, will give you access to the baseline docs platform, where files are saved, there are reviews that are done, there are transmittal records, issues, members permissions, lots of things happening here. But a lot of this information, for instance, review information, who reviewed it, when they reviewed it, issues, who were issues assigned to, how was it concluded, what comments were made, when was it done, how was it done, all that information, if you don't own the hub for yourself, would be lost. So that also extends into your design collaboration module, where we work in swim lanes to share packages securely and to have a federated model and to create issues and clash detections and what have you. So all that information, again, it's encapsulated within your project. And if you hold the data, if you hold the project, you wouldn't lose any of this information on the project, which is a plus, because if you need to reactivate the project at some later stage, all this information would still be there. Similarly with your model coordination, takeoff, build, cost management, and insight, all of these platforms, or all of these modules on this platform, contribute towards the build up of information that you would like to have accessible to yourself later on. And at the conclusion of the phase of the project, all that's required of you is to let your licenses lapse, but to keep the docs license live. So that gives you full access to your original models. One of the nice things over here is that if you wanted to maintain the models, then you could even consider in your exchange information request, or what that is a document that's basically, it's rolled out to the supply chains or the possible supply chains at the beginning of a project to say, would you like to participate on the project? Would you like to tender for the project? Then respond to the CIR, and then you tell them, I expect you to provide me with, for argument's sake, Revit Cloud models. And the advantage of doing that is, if you go to a docs license and the files, and then to settings, at the click of a button you can actually do Revit Cloud model upgrades from year to year. So instead of a consultant having to open the files, process the files, and then carry on like that, you can just say, okay, all my Revit files in here are going to be updated when I click on the button, and going from 1 year to the next, then I don't have to worry about contracting a consultant to do that for me. So that's convenient, because whenever you need to work on that file again, you can just start, because your files are already up to date. So that's great. And another advantage of having the information for yourself. So, and then that would be the full information that is retained for the client ultimately. If you give that responsibility to the principal agent or to the project manager, then you lose control of your data. They have control of the data, not by nefarious purposes or anything. It's just, if you do not hold that license, you cannot hold that information. And so that is what I would recommend. Instead of mandating a principal agent or a project manager to own the project and to maintain the project and to provide you with packaged information at the end of the project, rather just say, as an owner, I'm going to own the data from day one, and there's going to be no data loss, and that way I'll take responsibility for the project. So if you need advice on that, please contact Micrographics, and we can maybe continue this conversation about how you should plan your new built asset in terms of maintaining that over the course of its life. Until next time, enjoy Autodesk Construction Cloud.